recently I came in a Facebook group for. I've joined a Facebook page, a group for pen and paper RPGs in Denmark, and I don't play RPGs. The closest thing I come these days are Ranges of Shadow Deep, which is the closest to an RPG I'm playing, and Night Watch soon. But a colleague of mine who plays RPGs suggested that I should share some of my fantasy builds in that group because a lot of the D&D players are using miniatures and terrain for their games, and we never did that when I played RPGs. We played systemless and only using voice, never miniatures, never rules, never dice. Um, we only played setting, you know. So I shared some of my stuff in there. It's a great group, great community, excellent admins. They do in that PnP group. They do themed weeks, competitions, a focus during Pride Month. They had a Pride Week talking RPG and characters. Yeah, that fits, during Pride Week. So that was really cool, and they've been doing for the National Veterans Day in Denmark. They had a focus on veterans as well in the group. So they're really active as a community. Well, I shared some of my stuff that's fitting for that, the fantasy stuff, and doing fantasy civilians that might inspire the RPG people. And I saw this lady. She's her name is Anna, and she made a post that said, I made this dice bag for myself. That's pretty large and has a lot of rooms for your different dice inside, and the inner part is made to work as a dice tray for rolling your dice. And would anybody be interested in getting one of these? And then she named her price, and some people were instantly like, no, that's too expensive. I doubt you'll be able to get that kind of money for something like that. And I think let's just convert it here into euro. Okay, so 40 euro for a custom large dice bag that's hand sewn by her. I think it's a fair price, but a lot of people won't pay the a lot of people are not willing to pay the price for something that's crafted uh, by a craftsman. You want it super cheap, and you can find a cheap dice bag. I'm willing to once in a while spend some extra cash on buying something that's crafted, that's made with hand by another person. That's why I've been asked multiple times if I would do commission working, if I would make some scratch built terrain, or I would scratch build a model for sale. And I've never been able to find a price that I think is worth my time, because hobby time is limited. And I thought these dice pouches, and I thought I want one of those. I would like to support that. Hell yes, you need a fair price for what you're doing, and I could have bought a Nuka-Cola lunchbox for my This Is Not a Test tokens because I played in a Fallout setting. That's the most expensive part of all my post-apocalyptic stuff because it's not made from scrap, and I had to buy like a Fallout 4 something something special edition. You got a lunchbox thing from eBay. Stupid, but it looks cool, and it's a nice detail for all my tokens and dice. And I thought I want a dice bag for my fantasy games, and here it is. So I picked out the fabric with Anna. She was writing. I suggested different details, and I've made this dice bag here. I asked for green and this crimson red because it's the same. Where did that fantasy dude go? Here. because it's the same colors that I'm running from my Rangers of Alador in Rangers of Shadowdeep. You know, I'm running this green and red on my models there. And for slowly, as I paint more Rangers, I'm painting more to also include those as units in my Oathmark army, which is also going to be this green and this red. Oh, good color choice. Um, then, yeah, we're gonna test the dice tray. Then I said, I'm streaming games, and so we got the darkest, most matte black fabric we could find for the dice tray part. And if we close it up a bit, we should get a nice small dice tray that that I can use for my videos. So right now the lighting has not been angled to where the dice tray is. So that's something I would do normally when gaming. But I thought it's just a nice detail, making a dice tray in your dice pouch. So that's cool. And then there are all these different rooms. And Anna, or she's on Instagram. What's let's see here. What's her name was on Instagram? Cupias Craft. Her Instagram. She uploads the different dice bags. There's the one she made for me, and she was willing to do it as custom as I wanted. She offered to make this area in here in another color. We could have two colors on the outside. She even, because that was my suggestion, saying it would be super cool to have the eight-pointed the compass rolls, the eight-pointed Star of Alador in here in the middle of the dice tray. And she bought silver thread, and she spent days practicing, but she's never made embroidering before, and she couldn't get it to look right. So in the end, we decided to skip it. So instead, she's been adding some small silver stars of Alador details out here, just made with small silver pearls. I said, you go ahead, whatever details you want here on the pouch. Otherwise, just added a bit, like small red and green pearls in here. Nice detail. Because I said, please keep it fairly simple on the inside. But she was willing to go nuts. I mean, look at this. There was one of them. I was like, oh man, I instantly wanted to buy another one for Frostgrave. I mean, you can get these with thicker thread, but this, that just screams wizard. That's cool if you play a wizard. So I instantly wanted to buy another one. And also for my new Frostgrave group, I'm going white and blue. But, you have to stop somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to post some links to her stuff on my different platforms because this is cool. So I'm planning to here are my dice that I'm going to use for Night Watch. For the evil creatures, spawn dice, vermin, they roll 2d6, d8s, and a d10 for the highest enemies. So those go into one of these pouches right here. Then dice for the heroes. I think I put red die here as well. So d6 action, d8, d10 action. Another pouch for those. So that's my Night Watch games taken care of. Then I need to get my my Frostgrave dice. Put them in one of the rooms. I have these large d20s, so I have my Frostgrave dice. And then I figured that in the other rooms here, I wanted to put random tokens. It's gonna be 30 seconds to get my Frostgrave there. My supersized d20. I think I have one more somewhere for my enemies when I'm playing solo in Perilous Dark. So that gets a room. And then I need to find some kind of, tokens. And I'm never going to get around to playing Dungeon Saga. I have 10 gazillion million tokens from Dungeon Saga because I ordered. I won an auction for so much stuff, like all the expansion packs that I'm never going to get around to playing, or the core game, because I don't think I'm really going to get around to pure dungeon crawlers anytime soon, if ever. I just don't think I'll ever get around to it. The only dungeon crawling I will be doing is as part of the ranges scenarios that's set in a dungeon, or Frostgrave. Both Parallax Dark and Dark Alchemy has dungeon scenarios. And lastly, Nightwatch is easy to run in a dungeon as well. So I just figured that perhaps some of the tokens here would be good for Frostgrave. We could just have a look here. Health tokens, health tokens, health tokens. So I'm not gonna use those. What do we have here? Magic tokens. So some of these might be good. Turn tokens. That's not keys, locks. I don't remember the stuff of this game. But these stars right here, they are going in the pouch for enchanted weapon and strength and stuff like that in Frostgrave. It's just they're good for knowing what spells these are. And then there are all these different tokens right there. I don't even get the camera here to focus. There we go. I was just wondering, perhaps there would be something down here that would work for. There's some green ones here. Perhaps they could be used for like poison or something like that. But I'm gonna need some tokens for poison, enchanted weapon, strength, and Frostgrave. Wounded tokens. So I need to figure out some system for that. But it can all fit down here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rooms. I have one for enemy Nightwatch, one for hero Nightwatch. Then I have the dice for my Frostgrave, and then there's still 4 rooms left for all manner of tokens. Wraps up nicely. Lots of string here, enough to go around a couple of times. And I won't have to look after my fantasy miniature gaming tokens or dice, because they are in a nice themed bag. I love these small stars. It's a cool detail. So, very happy to have bought this. It's nice to support somebody trying to do a craft. And right now, I asked her, I said, you won't get rich by this. I mean, considering the number of hours she's been doing, but she thinks it's fun, it's good practice, and she makes a few bucks besides the materials. So she's happy, and she says it's getting faster to do these. I want to support something like that, and it looks nice. Let's see if we can just here in the end open up the dice tray bit just a little. Made it too tight here with the string. And and it will probably have an easier time, um, being like an actual tray when it's filled with dice all around. Great. It's also going to help me with my trouble of having too large a dice tray. I can just zoom all the way in for future games. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Please go drop a like and a follow. One thing is my stuff, but please check out Anna's dice bags as well, Cupias Craft on Instagram. I'll make sure to post a link for this video, so you can go and check out her stuff. It's pretty cool, and we want to support people doing stuff like that. That's it for now. Come say hello in the Discord if you need a place to hang out and talk hobby. I think it's time to paint some miniatures. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.